Good morning. I'm Terry Jensen, and I'm the pastor of First Baptist Church here in Plano, Illinois. And this is Through the Week. We're glad that you're with us. Oh, I'm so happy that you're here. I tell you what, before I get started, if you enjoy this, please click like, thumbs up, or put a comment down there. Let us know that you enjoy this series, and we thank you so much for being here with us. Now, this morning, I'm going to take a look at something from the message. It's First Peter, so let's go ahead and go there. But you're the ones chosen by God, chosen for the high calling of priestly work, chosen to be a holy people, God's instruments to do His work and to speak out for Him, to tell others of the night and day difference He made for you, from nothing to something, from rejected to accepted. From rejected to accepted. That's my life. That's the story of my life. And today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about my life. Now, as you know, I'm a pastor now, but I wasn't always a pastor, and I wasn't born a pastor. What I was born was, I was born just, regular kid, uh, only child. My mom's a tiger mom, or was a tiger mom, and my dad just a really nice guy. Grew up as a military brat. And because of that, I came under the influence of a lot of different things, a lot of different peoples, a lot of different cultures, just a whole slew of different things influenced my life. But one thing happened to me when I was in the 8th grade. I was like 14, I guess. I was introduced to pot. Well, I didn't smoke at that time. What I did was sell it. And I thought, hey, that works. Well, my father got transferred to Okinawa, and I began to I smoke pot and drink, and I became a little bit on the wild side. And you know what happens when you run around with folks on the wild side? You become wild. You become just like them. Scriptures say iron sharpens iron. Well, I'm here to tell you that iron will dull iron. So, long story short, I became a heroin addict. And I still am. Because I'm not quite sure that if you watch Dexter, that dark passenger ever goes away. You want to click its ticket and tell it to get off, but it just won't do it. But being a heroin addict caused me to go through a lot of strife. Created a lot of problems for my family, too. My wife and kids. It's not something that I chose. I really didn't. I didn't choose to be like this. But I am. Up until the time I met Christ. Now, it's not like it was all peaches and cream, okay? Because there were years where afterwards, after meeting Christ, that I struggled going up and down, back and forth. And I did some pretty stupid stuff. Really stupid stuff. But Peter tells us that we're a chosen people. It's not like, he picks some, but he throws away others. No, it's not like that at all. It's that we who believe, we who have been regenerated, we who have come to know the saving knowledge of Jesus Christ, are a chosen people for the purpose of something, and that is to show the night and day difference that God has made in your life, in my life. And that's the only reason why I'm telling you all of this stuff. It's not like I like to go around and say, hey, look at me, I'm a drug addict. No, it's not that at all. But I was a drug addict in the sense of a practicing drug addict. But I'm not anymore. I used to think that cops were heinous and ugly and bitter, and I hated them, but I don't anymore. I used to think that authority sucked. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble for saying that. I used to think that, but I don't anymore. My life used to be set on the wild side, but it's not anymore. I used to think only of myself, but my life is set on a different path. You see, when I started reading the Bible, I started reading Philippians chapter 2, and it said, have this mind that was in Christ. Think of others as being more important than yourself. And that hit me like a baseball bat. So I try to live my life thinking of others as being more important than me. I can't stick my finger in somebody's bony nose and say, you wretched sinner, shame on you, repent. I really can't do that. You know why? Because it's like that saying, you stick out your finger and you got three pointing back at you. I got three pointing back at me. So my life is about trying to help folks who are voiceless, who tend to be almost invisible, who are hurting, impoverished, and they just need somebody to help them up off the ground, out of the hole they're in. So for me, that's what this passage has to do with. This passage has to do with my telling you about the night and day difference in my life. And that night and day difference can be the same for your life. Jesus Christ isn't really discriminate. He's indiscriminate. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about where you were born, what color you are. He doesn't care if you're tall, fat, short, distant. What he cares about is your heart. Come to Jesus. Have him clean up your heart. Let him show you a much, much better way. It's a night and day difference. Everyone has been called. Some say yes, some say no. But all are called. It isn't that God neglects anyone. So, if you're wondering what your life is about and you really want something different, I can guarantee there will be a difference. It may not come overnight. It may not happen as fast as you hope or plan or imagine, but it will happen. I've been a Christian for 40 years now. It wasn't always my greatest joy because I didn't quite get it. But I can tell you without any reservation that it is my greatest joy today, and that Jesus has wrought in me a night and day difference. And he can do the same for you if you'll only call his name. Ask the Lord, Lord, something's got to change. You know, there was a time I was so drunk. I was laying in an alley, and I woke up. I passed out. I woke up and I just thought, man, there's got to be something different. And I called out to God and I said, I could use a hand. There's got to be something better than this. He heard my prayer, and I discovered something much, much better. Jesus, I'm telling you, is a better way. Well, I'm done. I'm out of here. So, see ya. Come back again.